Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dead Cells, the game where we run around like fools, absolute madmen, trying to come up with synergies to die to the boss. I cannot beat this game. For the life of me, I don't know. Where we last left off, I had showed some of my run and dashing theories, right? Running to make time doors, and I want to focus on a couple of different themed runs going forward here, because I cannot put together a run that is victorious. You know, I can beat the Watcher. I've been making it to the Assassin fairly regularly, but dying on the Assassin, I cannot beat the Assassin. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I can't put together a run that has the ability to take on that son of a gun. He dashes, he grappling hooks, he does all kinds of crazy things. What does this shield do? Why is this here? Is this just an Easter egg? I don't know. I like my throwing knives. Yeah, let's try. I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells off camera. And I've been doing a lot of that speed running technique. So let's slow it down a bit. Let's take it the old-fashioned way, and let's try to put together a run that can beat the Assassin. Let's try and do that, shall we? I like I say, I've made it there quite a few times. I cannot do it. And one of the reasons why I'm thinking I can't do it is because I'm focusing on trying to, even though I've been focusing on getting as many scrolls as possible, what I've been doing with those scrolls has been trying to balance everything too much, I think, is the problem. So what I'm suggesting we do here is, I mean, we do need some balance. We can't throw all the stats into everything, like all the stats into literally one thing. I think balance for the first few, you know, because those mutations are going to be valuable to upgrade with the scrolls once we get those, like the lifesteal and the tactics. But I'm wondering if we shouldn't go on like a focus on one style of build, and for me, obviously, the very simple first thing that comes to mind would be focus on a brutality build. And I'm thinking maybe we can do that and even focus on it with the mutations as well. Like if we focus on putting something together, incorporate a synergy though too. I like synergies too much. I don't want to go without preferably a burning, but even this bleeding seems to be working all right. I think that's what we'll do, and then the next time we'll come and we'll focus on doing a run that is focused on the speed running again, and we'll whip through, we'll hit all the time doors and see how far that gets us. But for now, we're gonna take it slow again. We're gonna go back to, but yeah, we're not gonna make all the time doors, but I don't know if that's strictly necessary, because I've been watching other people who've beat the Assassin and beat fairly handily, which is kind of frustrating. But the way they did it was very heavy into one field, very mostly heavy into brutality. I'm thinking maybe I just don't have the DPS when I make it to the Assassin. I just don't have the DPS to carve them up. And 151, 129. There we go. I want a bleeding target, frozen target. I want a synergy. I'm spending my money only on synergies of some kind. I love the throwing knives. I love burning. I like when I can get melee weapons that do burning synergy. It's fantastic. We had a run recently like that. When I can get the throwing knives to do okay, here we go. Here's a possible burning. Build on this burning. We got the turrets. We got the grenade now. Grenade we have upgraded to level 2. More throwing knives. This will be good. 2+ damage on a poison. We got a swarm of biters. This is great. This is a great way to go. We got so much brutality. We're gonna roll it again. Might put our next one into tactics, just to give our throwing knives some love. And hopefully we'll be okay. We're gonna stick with the promenade. Coffee grading of the day. That's a B. That's a good B. It's a virgin cup of coffee. Well, that's a virgin. It's the first cup from a new pot. The cup itself, I'm partway through. But yeah, let's try to focus on some of this. Maybe we'll roll 2 brutality mutations. We roll these 2. The extra damage when enemies are around, and then the extra on the poison, bleed, and burn. And then we'll roll our tactics for the cooldowns. If we do that, yeah, let's do that one now. I think maybe, yeah, gotta stay away from the lifesteal. Because we've got the heals. Yeah, we should be alright. We'll give this a shot. See how it goes. I'm still loving this game. I mean, I think we are gonna have to come up with an endpoint though, unless I can meet some success on the assassin, just for the sake of recording. I'm still gonna play the game, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to move on to something else. There's a couple of more narrative-driven games that I've been looking at recently that have just come out that I'm going to want to try. And so those might be coming down the pipeline in the near future. Until then, though, we are going to... Yeah, we're way behind. We're going to roll a bunch into tactics now, I think I said, yeah. I don't know, and it's one of the mysteries of Dead Cells that still plagues me, it haunts me to this day, is when I take a mutation after I've already upgraded into one field, does the mutation suddenly immediately benefit from those the effort I've put in? Translation, like, I don't think it does, because you look at the mutation there, about 40 damage. I think that's the base, right? And I've got two things in brutality already. So when I took that mutation, you'd think that would have been higher, the mutation number, the extra damage number, but it doesn't seem to be. I think 40 is about the base. I don't know. It's one of those things that's not really too clear. There's a freezing. We got nothing that does damage against freezing. Really seems kind of silly to buy that. Try to buy your way into a synergy. I can see buying to bolster a synergy, but we don't really have one going on yet. We're going to be working on the bleed or burning. We've kind of left ourselves open there. We could ditch something at some point to focus on the other, which is good, but at some point we're going to have to make that commitment to go in one direction over the other. Still can't find all those keys, eh? It's amazing how much one scroll can make a difference in terms of getting the killing power necessary to... Oh, yeah, well, these cooldowns are horrendous. We're going to have to do something about that. I love skills so much, but I don't generally roll. We'll do this run and we'll focus on brutality, right? Well, maybe we won't get anything else over a 2 or a 3. Maybe we'll go 2 survival, 3 or 4 into tactics, and then the rest into brutality. Of course, then it also opens the window or the door to saying, well, we should also do a speed run where we have even more scrolls to work with, to bolster those numbers up, right? Because like even now, I'm feeling the not having the HP. Like, it'd be nice to have put 1 into survival already. when I do that, I then get sucked into making a more balanced build, which is not necessarily what I want right now. And by necessarily, I mean not at all what I want right now. But yeah, I think we'll do this one brutality. We'll roll the next run as slow tactics. So that's how we'll call these. We'll call these, this is a slow brutality. We'll then turn around and do a slow tactics, and then come back and do a fast brutality and then a fast tactics. We're going to throw this one into here. I need the HP. What if there's also something to be said for delaying when you do that? Right, because the 60%, here we go. Now we got something that we can start to work with here. This damage on a bleeding. Poison. How could we do this? We've got burning. It's 30%. It's only 30%, so it's not a huge advantage to go. I'm thinking of buying both of these, right? That's my thought process right now. That'll favor our brutality build. That gives us, I mean, favoring brutality and rolling with this is going to put us, I think, in a good position. Maybe. You see, that went up to 46 with our one brutality input. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if you waited on survival until like the very, very end, and then you got 60% of that much huger number, is there not a logic there? I think there is a logic there that if it says if you can survive that long, that might be the best way to go. It's a numbers game. It comes down to a numbers game, which is kind of discouraging because I don't really like numbers games. What should I do here? We switched to burning. It's not good enough right now, I think, to justify, and it's not like we're hurting for killing power right now. I hope this isn't a mistake. And I don't think, I truly enjoy this about the game. I don't think Dead Cells hands you a single synergy, right? Like, they give you opportunities. I don't have all the keys anyway, so it doesn't matter. They hand you opportunities on multiple occasions to put together a run of your choosing, basically. And right now we're not choosing to take that right now. We're going to trust that somewhere down the line, further down the road, there will be another opportunity for a synergy. Yeah, like we're doing fine here. I mean, there's nothing to write home about, but it's also nothing to write home about. Mom, do my laundry, right? It's just, you know, it's not, hey, Dad, I got laid. It's not, hey, Mom, I need my laundry done, right? It just is. Yeah, we can kill an elite that fast without really button mashing. I think we're doing fine. More damage, it's faster, I think, and swarm of biters, and we don't have a synergy rolling right now anyway, so we're gonna take that. I think that's the right call. Easy call. Oh my god. I've also come to the conclusion in the myriad of runs that I've had off camera that my problem with the buttons, and like I said, I just find it not responsive. It all comes down to the controller, as far as I can tell. It's just prison depths. No, thank you. As far as I can tell, it's just strictly that the controller is not responsive enough for this game, and that's why I find when I'm trying to do really quick changes in direction, or real quick application of a skill, sometimes just doesn't register it. And I can feel myself hitting the button. I don't know what it is about Dead Cells, but I always get an itchy nose playing this. My nose is itching now, like crazy. Strange. Yeah, we gotta do something about that cooldown. Could go to the ossuary. The ossuary is a great, but we'll stick here. This is fine. Ossuary is great to really strengthen yourself. Ramparts is easy to coast through. The ossuary, oh man. Yeah, we're gonna take our cooldown. See, it starts at 37. It always starts at the base, and then what you put into it, increases it. Because from far as I can tell, that's how the mutations work anyway. So you're almost better off to put your early scrolls into things you're not gonna use. But I mean, I don't think there's no right or wrong, right? It's just a matter of how you choose to build your runs, which is great. I love that. This means I can't fail. There's really no... Well, I mean, you can fail, because I, like, literally fail every run by not making it past the assassin or beating the game, right? Ooh, what is this? Extra damage on a burning target. This is something to think about here. How do we want to jump into a pocket? We want to throw a grenade into a pocket, right? Usually that's what I do. I'll throw a grenade into a pocket. So if we throw the fire grenade into a pocket, set everything on fire, and then throw this new turret in there, it's going to be doing extra damage. Conversely, I could throw the turret in, that's fire, and then throw the turret in that does damage against fire. $27 damage per second for 2 seconds. It's a no-brainer, right? The damage is just so much higher. And if I rolled 2 turrets, I wouldn't have how much? A minute, not even close. Rolling 2 turrets takes away your ability to just lob some death at a group of flying enemies that are following you. Which that cannot be, the value of that cannot be overstated. Being able to just hit the right trigger, and then suddenly everything following you kind of just out of your range of a normal attack suddenly dies, like down here, right? We're gonna go like this, and then you can just throw that, and then everything gets burnt and starts to die. Huge value in that. It would be nice if we had decent cooldowns, but we don't, so I hate when they just sit there out of your range. It's infuriating. This guy can only shoot on a straight line, that turret can. Oh no, he can kind of shoot up. Good to know. I don't know which ones I hate more. Those guys, I don't know if I just hate those ones more because they always tend to group themselves up like that. That's a nice little bolster of damage. We're going to grab our item here. Hopefully it's something decent where I want it. Now I'm at the point where I want to start building a synergy. And by the time you're at the Black Bridge, you should have something going on. And the amount of time it takes you to kill the incomplete one is a really good indication of where you're at in your construction phase, so to speak. All this coming from a guy who's never beat the assassin. Haha. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's just what I'm noticing. Yeah, we missed all those scrolls. The Rampart scroll time door is huge. It's got 2 scrolls in it. It seems to always have 2 scrolls in it. And being able to count on that is pretty important. So you want to hit that one. Because even if we don't... Again, I tried to hit the button, but it just would not take. Even if we don't speed through some of this stuff, we can still move faster than normal through it. I'm starting to feel the crunch here. I don't know what it is. It's just sloppy play or lack of HP or lack of killing power. I don't know. Like, I would like this bleed to last like a split second longer, or maybe do like 1 extra point of damage per tick. That's why we will definitely put our next scroll into tactics. Then the damage on those knives will go up, and cooldowns will come down, so that's good. those elemental grenades, they always have such long cooldowns. Programmed into their character items. I'm not a game designer. I'm not a game programmer. I don't know what you would call that. But it's a fundamental part of what those items are. Okay, let's see. Something to build on here. Damage against bleeding. That's good. Enemies toxic cloud. Enemies burn. They're giving us, these tiny little. Then again, I don't know if I've ever seen 100% on a bleeding target. I know I've seen 100 and higher. I think even 175 on burning. But I don't know if I've ever seen it on bleeding. So I might be thumbing my nose at some decent synergy opportunities here. There might be something said for going with whatever synergy the game tries to give us at the very beginning. Because we got throwing knives. It wasn't this set of throwing knives, but it was throwing knives. If we get throwing knives at the beginning, we should go bleed, and then just try to build everything around that bleed. If we get firebrands at the beginning, we should just go burning and build everything around that burning idea. I don't know. It could be. It's worth trying anyway. I might do some of this stuff, like some of the less impressive and less visible themed runs I'll do on my own. Yeah, we're gonna roll it because I want the damage. Do some of the less sexy, the more pragmatic sort of testing and runs, like I said, where I build based on what the first weapons that I pick up, or do a survival speed and a survival slow run, and see where that takes us, and see what happens. How much, toy around with how many scrolls to put into the secondary skills. If you're rolling brutality, does that mean you balance everything else out at 2, 3, 4? What, we got a good synergy on this. Our turret and bomb are good. Survival +1, that's nice. Diving attacks leave flammable oil. Could be helpful. Let's see what's down here. More scrolls. I think, what have I gotten? 1 scroll? Did I get 2? I thought it was 1. No, 2, because one I didn't have an option for brutality, and then I put 1 into brutality. Oh, grappling hook, my weakness. Oh, 2 times damage. We don't need to worry about that. We don't get involved in that nonsense anymore. Just like I've also learned in my my speed running, or my fast runs. I don't want to call it speed running. I'll call it fast runs. My fast runs, non-recorded, I've learned not to take curse chests, because you do take damage as you're speeding through. You don't take enough to die usually. We're gonna throw that in tactics again. So yeah, I would have really good ones going, really good runs on the move and on the go. Oh, nice, an extra scroll. And then suddenly die because of a cursed chest. I lost a good, probably half dozen runs like that. Some of them were really early on. And before I finally said, you know what, I just have to put a moratorium on cursed chests. Or just slow down. That's another thing. Why didn't I think of that? Just slow down after taking the cursed chest until the curse is lifted. That seems like the most logical. I got caught once too, where I took a cursed chest and then right near the end of a floor, and there was not enough enemies to lift the curse, and I went into I think it was just the incomplete one. Yeah, went into the incomplete one before the curse had lifted, and I ended up dead, of course. But we're gonna go to the Black Bridge now, and then we're gonna call it. Do I have time to? If I beat it fast enough, will I make that other time door? Probably could have if I wasn't standing around chatting. But we're gonna save ourselves for the forge. We're going to take another brutality mutation. We said, yeah. The 2 enemies. It's not gonna help us on the boss fight here, but it should help us going forward. In the next video, we're gonna battle the incomplete one. But until then, thanks very much. See you soon.